So let's give it a little bit here for everybody to sort of trickle in here for a moment. Just gonna grab my water. Thank you guys so much for joining. Today we're gonna be doing an AMA. We're gonna be doing an Ask Me Anything. There was a couple questions that were submitted prior that I got from the community post, so we'll be covering those. And then if you guys have any questions, feel free to just put them in the chat, and I'll answer them, and we'll just have fun. We'll have fun with this thing. And excited to talk to you guys today, and ready to get going. Make sure I got everything set up here real quick. Can you guys hear me okay out there? If you would, can you post something in the chat? Just let me know you can hear me. Awesome. Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. Audio's coming in good, coming in clear. Sorry, if I look over this way, I have a laptop over here so I can see the questions. So perfect. Thank you so much. Beyond my Ballywick, thank you. Thank you for coming. Sweetums, Buggy, thank you. Thank you for being here. Coming in clear. Perfect. Thank you guys so much. All right, I don't want to waste any more time. So let's get right to it. So there's a couple of questions that I had that kind of came in. So I want to kind of start with those. And then what I want to do is open it up to you guys and see if anybody has any questions here. Please feel free to interrupt me, put them in the chat, and I'll kind of glance over and take a look. So the first question is, let me explain kind of what this live stream is about. So I decided to do an AMA, which if you're not familiar with that, it's Ask Me Anything. Basically, so you guys can get to know me as a person, as a content creator, aside from just watching a video and just saying, oh, who is this person behind the film, that kind of thing. So I wanted to make it a real interactive experience and really engaging for you guys too, as well as myself. So okay, so the first question, actually, let me back up. So if you're new here, welcome. Really appreciate you being here. This channel is all about how to make money online through various forms of online businesses. We talk about affiliate marketing, we talk about graphic design, blogging, and a lot of other like really cool stuff. So with that being said, this is kind of more about asking general questions, or if you have a question about, online business. Hey, Best Clue Reviews. Great to see you. Thank you for coming. Um, if you guys have any questions, it can be personal, it can be about online business, whatever it is. So okay, so the first question that I got was, what hobbies do you have outside of your online work? So I would say definitely exploring outdoors. Love exploring outdoors. Traveling to new places. I like seeing different places that I haven't been. There's places that I want to go for various reasons, both in the States and outside of the States. But I would say in the States for sure would be, I haven't really been to like the South. New Orleans is one of my bucket list places because of the food, the culture, the people, the history, all of that. So then I would say, besides exploring outdoors, traveling to new places and trying new foods. So I love all of those things. So, okay, I see the first question come in. So Buggy's question is, how do you balance your day job and YouTube at the same time? So that's a great question. So I work a typical 9 to 5. So what I have to do is I like to plan out what I'm going to do for the day. So I don't try to pack a ton of stuff in for hours and hours and hours because I'm already working a day job. So what I like to do is come up with my top maybe 3 to 5 things like tasks that I need to do, and then I'll prioritize those. So I'll start with something very simple like baby steps. So for example, maybe what I'll do is, if I was going to set up a new social media account, I would think of maybe a name, think of maybe what I want it to be about, maybe pick a niche, pick a topic, that kind of thing. And then maybe I would think about a logo and think about just the process of, getting started. So signing up for the account would be one task, that kind of thing. So breaking it down into small chunks, and actually like I'm very methodical and very like structure oriented. I really need to have some sort of like a list or that kind of thing to keep myself organized. Because if I don't have a list, I lose track of everything, and I'll get started on something, but then I will forget where I was. So that helps me a lot. Um, Kind of keeping track of what my tasks are. So to recap, I would break it down into maybe 3 to 5 small tasks per day. I really try because I'm pretty burned out by the time I'm done with a normal job. So I don't really have a ton of time at night, but there's more nights than others that I find myself with a little more energy that I can maybe go a little bit longer. And then of course, juggling the personal stuff, family and whatnot. So it's really about breaking it down into small, like bite-sized pieces. I don't try to do too much all at once. Um, and for YouTube, really what it is I will break it down into different ideas. So I'll have my phone with me and I'll write down ideas that I want to do, maybe for videos or maybe for ideas for thumbnails, that sort of thing. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, so we got the next question. Hey, Misery Metal Empress, I love that name. That's an awesome name. Um, okay, the question is, can you give me some pointers with paid Pinterest ads? What is a good daily budget? Sorry, my chat window went over to the side here. Okay, so sorry, let me repeat the question. My apologies. Can you give us some pointers on paid Pinterest ads? What is a good daily budget and how many days do you run the ad? So I would say, yeah. Okay, so for paid Pinterest ads, what I would do is I would say, first off, you got to kind of determine like how far are you into the Pinterest process or the journey. How many pins do you have? Because you want to obviously have a good catalog of pins before you start running paid ads. So I would say maybe do 20 to 30 like really high quality pins. And really, when I say high quality, I mean just do the best that you can. Do the best that you can do, and just give it your honest effort. And that's the thing is you're gonna create a couple of pins, and then you're gonna be like, oh, these don't look as good as I thought, or they should. But I think the point is more is to get them out there. So get them posted. So, um, Misery Metal Empress, can I ask you real quick? Um, so in terms of like your Pinterest account, um, how many pins do you have roughly? Like, just give or take. You don't have to go into detail, but just how many pins do you have? Just so I can kind of base my answer kind of on that, because it's kind of really a tailored answer as far as not a one size fits all solution. So while you're coming up with that, a good daily budget, I would say for starters, to be completely honest, is really how much you can afford to spend. So, and that I know that's kind of a vague answer, but really it's true. So when you're starting out, I usually do anywhere between $1 to $5 a day for Pinterest ads. So you got to remember, the more money that you spend per day, the wider the net that you're going to target the audience. So it really depends on if you're just starting out and you're learning how the ads work, you're learning at what ads you want to actually promote. I would say definitely start low. And there's no shame, there's no problem in doing $1 a day, $2 a day. And maybe I like to run it when I'm testing. I like to run it for at least 3 days for the initial testing period. So I would say a good test for me personally, this is what I would do. For a good test would be 3 to 5 days. I mean, sorry, what I meant was 3 to 7 days for a test. And then you're gonna know right away, okay, let's see. All right, so Misery Metal Empress says, thank you for responding. I currently have a little over 100 pins, but I'm just kidding. Hey, you're doing awesome. 100 pins, that's awesome. That's really great. Congratulations. Seriously, celebrating those small victories, that is awesome. Um, so paid ads um, it's a unique beast, if you will. So I would say start small, start low, because there's a lot that goes into it as far as like what trends are popping off. You could go to like trends.pinterest.com. That's a great place. Hey, Qmo, no problem. Nope, you didn't miss. We were just getting started on a couple questions. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. So Misery Metal Empress, what you can do is I would start really low. So start with maybe $1 to $3 per day, give or take. And then what you can do is figure out, obviously you have your niche. Are you doing like a general kind of Pinterest store, or not a store, excuse me, a Pinterest account, or is it more of like a niche down like a specific topic? Because if it is a specific topic, then what you can do is you can focus on, you can search within Pinterest and you can find out what your competitors are doing and kind of see what maybe the format of their pins. Um, and obviously, I've said this a lot, and I think it's kind of common sense. Like, definitely don't steal somebody's idea. There's no problem with taking somebody's pin, looking at it, and kind of reconstructing it, and being able to tweak it not only to your brand, but also, I think, maybe make it better. So maybe whatever photo editing program you're using, Canva or whatever you like to use, go in there and kind of tweak it and make it a little more eye-catching, and just make sure that your pins stand out. So that's the biggest thing when you're running ads too, is you want them to stand out, because everybody else is running ads too. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people are running ads. So you want to make sure that it stands out and it looks, there's something that sparks like an emotion or like a curiosity for somebody to actually like click, right? You want to make people want to click on your pin. So Misery Meadow Empress, does that kind of answer your question a little bit? Sorry, I definitely can go into more detail, but I just want to know if that, how does that sound? Okay, no worries. So while we're waiting for, oh, okay, perfect. You're welcome. Excellent. So the next question that I got, I'm actually going to go to another submitted question. Um, so this one, I love this question because I think it applies to everybody. It doesn't matter what niche that you're in. Um, okay, so I'm gonna hit pause on this question. Beyond my bailiwick, I got your question here. So the question is, are there any design styles for Pinterest ads that work for you? For me, so I would say yes. What I like to do, ones that typically work for me, and this can span across any niche, like a collage type thing. So I'm just going to use Canva itself, because that's the program that I use. But you can really create like the frames or the like a grid. So let's just say you have your pin, right? You have your pin outline, and then you have a grid. So you can put like maybe 3 or 4 images on the same pin and kind of break it into like 1, 2, 3, 4, the boxes. Does that kind of make sense? So you basically put it that way as far as breaking it down to make it a little more visually appealing. I like to do that a lot. Another one that I like to do is, if you're able to do this and you're not stealing the video, what I like to do is do some sort of really catchy image at the very top, like a high quality, like high res image at the very top, and then do live video at the bottom. So in Canva, you can do something like, you can put a still image on top, and then on the bottom you can do some sort of a MP4 that maybe, and it doesn't have to be like, if you're trying to promote a product, let's say you're trying to promote how about like a water bottle, you're trying to promote a water bottle. It doesn't have to be about a water bottle. I mean, the exact product, it could be something like, you get like a high res image from like unsplash.com, which is commercial and royalty free, or like pexels.com. I don't know if you've heard of those two sites, but um, those are really great places. So in my opinion, the higher quality image, the more that greatly increases your chance of being um, discovered and people being able to like want to click on it. So that would, for me, that would be my 2 or top 3 pin designs that I would say that for sure work for me. And to be honest, the another part of the answer is, you really kind of have to test what works for you and your niche. Um, and I know that's not an ideal answer, but unfortunately, it's kind of true. You have to. A lot of it is testing. So okay. So I see. Thanks so much. Can you do that in the free version? Yeah, you can absolutely do it in the free version. 100%. Yep. So if you use Canva and you have the free version, you can absolutely do the frames and the grids in the free version. Yep. The only things that are limited, I think, into the pro version is some of the AI features, some of like, I believe the background remover and some of those other advanced features for photo editing are are limited to the pro. But yeah, I mean, you can add grids and frames in Canva. So you just go into Canva, and then on the left side, you can click on elements, and then just scroll down a little bit, and you'll be able to find grids and frames. And then if you do see all, then what you can do is you can pick and choose what you like. And then don't be afraid to try a couple different things. You know, even for the same pin, or the same pin, like if you have a pin idea, maybe do like 2 or 3 or 4 different styles with the same content in the pin. And that way you can really kind of do like an A/B test, like a split test to really see what works. So I hope that helped. Give you a little bit of insight. Um, Buggy has a question. The question is, will you be doing a video on Facebook ads? Yes, definitely a Facebook ad video will be coming soon to the channel. Primarily, have been focusing more on Pinterest, but definitely Facebook ads for sure. That could be something that it's been incredibly helpful to me in the past in a previous online venture, and it's something that it kind of goes for everything else. I mean, when you're running ads, I would say it's kind of that old saying, like, it takes money to make money. So just because you run ads doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be wildly successful. But by the same, I guess, the same token, you got to remember that if you're running ads, you can absolutely reach more people, and it's targeted. It's really targeted. So the cool thing about Facebook ads is, even more so that I found than Pinterest ads, is Facebook is so incredibly granular with the detail that you can get as far as targeting. Every little detail that you can imagine that you want to target, it's just, I mean, an age range, country, down to the individual minuscule like subtopics or sub niches. So that's going to be a really fun video because that would definitely be action packed. So thank you, Buggy, for the question. So okay, Beyond My Valley, you're welcome. No problem. So the next question I had that was submitted here is awesome. I know, I'm excited to film it. So the next question that I came or that was submitted here is who are your influences in the financial YouTube space? So financial YouTube space meaning like make money online, affiliate marketing, that kind of thing. Really anything that has to do with like making money online. So there's a couple of influences, people that I respect and admire as far as who I go to watch and to get advice and insight. And this is just me. So the first one is Ali Abdal, just a stand-up human being, in my opinion, phenomenal, very down to earth, very easy. Like, he has this way of going through, kind of coming through the screen and being able to kind of connect with me. So awesome. I mean, just fantastic YouTuber. The next one is Graham Stephan. So I know a lot of people have heard about Graham. Um, the next one is Stephen James from Project Life Mastery. And it's funny because, I feel like when we watch YouTube and we try to, you want to connect with somebody and you want to be able to say, hey, you're relatable, or, something of that sort. Like, why do you watch a certain person? Is it because of, how they look, how they sound, how they present the material? And that Stephen James is Project Life Mastery is one of those people that I connected with because of the way that he presents this material on affiliate marketing and stocks and investing and making money online is just very practical, and it's very easy to like digest. So that's definitely a inspiration for me. I would say Josh Mayo, who's another excellent YouTuber in the financial space, and finally Wholesale Ted. So those are all people that I look up to and I take inspiration from, and just I enjoy watching those people. So does anybody in the chat here, who do you guys like? Is there any YouTubers that you like? It doesn't have to be financial, but any YouTubers that you guys like, as far as that you enjoy watching and you actually feel fulfilled and you're actually like, hey, I'm actually learning something from these guys. So I'm just curious. Buggy, Mikey Chen. Love the videos, love the food. He's another one of those inspirations for food videos. And I know I'm not a food channel, but I don't know who doesn't like food. Who doesn't like to talk about food? And when you watch people eating food, it's like you just get hungry and you start, you're ready to eat. So that's definitely a good one. Sweetums says, I love Wholesale Ted. She is such a, again, a down to earth YouTuber. I love the accent. I think she's from Australia, New Zealand. Love the accent and just love it. I enjoy her content so much. Okay, Kumo says, you mentioned Canva. What other tools do you use or recommend for affiliate marketing? That's a great question. Um, so I would say number one, if we broke it down into kind of like all around tools, I would say currently there's two main tools that I'm using. So the first tool is called vidIQ. So vid is VID and then IQ. So vidIQ is the first one, and the second one is TuBuddy. So TUBE Buddy. And if you guys haven't heard of those are primarily on the YouTube space for tools. But I like vidIQ specifically because they're kind of they're like well-rounded. They have this just killer keyword research feature of their tool. You can get daily ideas from their tool. You can also see, there's like hot questions or like trending questions that you might want to ask. The the initial when you start searching for keywords on vidIQ, it's a very, very easy user interface, and it has a little kind of like a almost like a temperature kind of gauge kind of meter where it gives you a number. I mean, is it high or low? Is it a good quality ranking keyword? That kind of thing. It's just so easy to use, and it's a very, very, I mean, it's intuitive, but at the same time, it's accurate. I've had a lot of success with certain videos based on using certain keywords that I've found that have like a higher volume search but lower like keyword difficulty, meaning like there's not that much competition out there. Um, Also, vidIQ allows you to check on, not kind of check, but I guess kind of keep tabs and like keep aligned with your competitors. So you can add competitors for specifically for YouTube, whoever you would consider like a competitor in your space. So the people that I just listed as inspiration would be competitors. So, Wholesale Ted, Josh Mayo, Graham Stephan. I mean, these are big boys, right? These are huge channels, but you could get insight from these as to how many videos they're uploading daily. You can also see like subscriber count, that kind of thing. So that's kind of more on the YouTube side and less on the, making money online, but it all kind of ties together. TubeBuddy is the same as far as it's not quite intuitive, and the layout is a little more basic. It kind of reminds me of like 90s AOL when you look at it. So I don't use it as much, but it's still a really great research tool for keywords and topics, and it also gives a lot of good insight into actual. Hey, Chromiomi, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining. So TubeBuddy is also another great tool that I use. To be honest, those are the main two tools that I use. So vidIQ and TubeBuddy. So hey mods, if you're out there, there's in the description of this video, there's a couple of links for the tools for vidIQ and for TubeBuddy. Would you guys mind posting those links in the chat if you get a chance, please? I think they're listed under like tools I use or something in the description. I appreciate it. So, okay. So let's see. Buggy says, I also love Ordinary Adventures. Love those guys. I always love people when they're going on different, zooming around and having fun and actually like be able to like portray the fact that they're having fun. You can see like people having fun on their faces, and you're like, that's awesome. I want to be where you are because you're having a lot more fun than I am at my job. Anyway, sorry. Okay, Best Glue Reviews says, how many posts do you put on Facebook and Pinterest? Max to minimum. So I would say what I would do is that's kind of determined on I would say we'll break it down like per day. So what I would do, just for consistency's sake, I would say at least do a minimum one. I would say minimum one post on Facebook and Pinterest, if you can. And it doesn't have to be like some huge novel that you're writing, right? You want to just go through and, maybe let's just say this is for a blog article or some sort of social media, like if you have, a video on YouTube that you're promoting. All you want to do is really just give like a little blurb of or a little description about what it's about, and then you can post a link on Facebook. So when you're doing a post on Facebook, I would just do like the little blurb at the top for description, and then make sure that you actually post a link down below. I mean, post it in the description so it shows up so people can click on it. So I would say, um, excellent. Thank you, Sweetums. Appreciate that. So I would say, so max, so that's minimum. So minimum would be one post a day, both on Facebook and Pinterest. So if those are your two kind of primary socials that you're focusing on, I would say that would be great. At least one a day. So I, to be honest, I mean, I don't necessarily think in this kind of a situation that more is necessarily like you have to do more or you're gonna fail. I mean, that's kind of extreme, but I would say just definitely. I would say one to three is what I would say. Best clue reviews. I almost said Blue's Clues. I'm sorry. Um, okay, so so should you post promo codes from Amazon? So Facebook, they kind of they're kind of weird with they like to strip out the affiliate links. So sorry, do you mean affiliate links or promo codes from like on Amazon? And excuse me, Misery Metal Empress, I see your question. I'll come right to it as soon as I'm finished with this one. So I just want to make sure I answer Best Clue Reviews question appropriately. Okay, so, okay, no worries. Best Clue Reviews, I'll wait for you to reply. I'll just jump to this other question from Misery Metal Empress. So the question is, have you had any success with affiliate marketing on ClickBank or Offer Vault? And yes, on ClickBank. I got to be honest, I haven't tried Offer Vault before. Let me know how that is. Yes, success on ClickBank. I think really, to be honest, it's kind of the same as promoting something on Amazon, except for I think it's a little more, I guess, kind of the categories are a little more. There's not as much in the categories as far as like products to promote, but that doesn't mean that you can't promote it, right? So I know like make money or like financial success is big on ClickBank. Anything that has to do with like health and wellness is really big, as well as parenting. So that's also something that's really big on ClickBank. So I would say yes. I mean, as far as success goes, like I can't think of like dollar amount off the top of my head, but it definitely works. And I want to make sure, Misery Metal Empress, I want to make sure I'm answering your question and to your satisfaction. So if you want me to go further on something specifically, can you please post it in the chat for me? Because I don't want to leave you high and dry if I didn't answer your question all the way. So I'm gonna move down. So Best Clue Review says affiliate links from Amazon that are promo codes. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Okay. Yep, I know what you're saying. So yeah, I would definitely moving back to Best Clue Reviews question. So you can. I mean, you definitely can use affiliate links, and promo codes in Facebook, but I wouldn't actually put them in the description itself. I would put them in the comments. So if you go down and maybe after you make a post, then what you can do is you can go down and you can make sure that you're typing the first comment itself and say, hey, if you guys want to check this out, here's a link to this awesome product. And then you can put your Amazon link in the comments. I have had personally a situation to where Facebook has flagged my posts when I try to run ads that have affiliate links in there because they don't like that. They don't like affiliate links right in the description. So to kind of get around that, you have to put the affiliate link or the promo code down below in the comments. And that seems to kind of like, I mean, you're not doing anything, excuse me, like illegal or wrong, but Facebook just flags that because there's a lot of spam on, excuse me, there's a lot of spam on Facebook. And I think they're just trying to combat that as best as possible. Does that kind of answer your question, best glue reviews? Okay, Buggy asks, do you have any creative ways to promote your blog using YouTube Shorts? Yes. So what you can do is, if going back to if you whatever graphic design program that you use, when you have your blog, let's just say that we're gonna assume that you're making YouTube Shorts about your blog, like the topics or the niche are the same. Because all right, you're welcome, best glue reviews, no problem. So we're gonna just kind of assume that your your blog and your YouTube Shorts are the same topic, they're the same niche. So I would say, um, excuse me, let me get some water. Okay, so back to Buggy's question. So I would say the best thing you can do is you want to find, like, whether you're creating the content or not, it could be you that you find different creative ways to talk about your blog, or you can use what's called B-roll. So B-roll is basically like, it can be stock footage or like extra kind of footage where there's not really talking. You can have it's mainly just like video, but there's no audio. You can use that to kind of supplement, like if you wanted to, let's just say for example, you have a travel blog and you want to show like a cruise ship or something. You can get some b-roll video for your YouTube short and put that as like the background of the short, and then maybe put a little bit of text. Or you can also do like a voiceover. So if you want to literally like talk into your phone, you could talk into your phone as like a voiceover, otherwise known as like an audio clip. And then you can use that B-roll, the video, and then you can just attach the, in Canva, you can attach the audio. So your voice plays over the video. And then if you want to put some text in there or find something that you want to specifically promote about your blog, if it's a certain article or product, then you want to try to find, because I think video itself, and a lot of like a thing about YouTube Shorts is like what I've realized is that it's all about like jump cuts, right? Like boom, 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 like 2 to 3 second clips. And it doesn't mean that you have to have sound in every clip. You don't want it to be like sounding like a robot, but you want to make sure that you have something that flows and it kind of tells a story in a sense, meaning it flows from the beginning of the video to the end. So something that makes sense as you're watching the video. So, Buggy, does that kind of make sense? I know it's kind of an open-ended question, but I just want to make sure that that makes sense. So, and let me know if you want me to clarify a little bit more. I'm going to jump down to Chromie Homie. The question is, so I know we're mostly talking about affiliate marketing. Okay, sorry. Before I get to that, Chromie Homie, I apologize. Let me go back to Buggy. So, can you put links in YouTube Shorts? So, unfortunately, YouTube decided to remove any links. What I mean is, you can copy and paste a link in your description of a YouTube short, but it's not clickable. Meaning, like when somebody goes to, back when you're clicking on a link in any other website, it's it won't be clickable. So you can click it, but it's not going to go anywhere. So what I would do is, um, with shorts, I mean, it's still probably not a bad idea to put a link in there, but people are gonna they're gonna probably have to, I mean, I guess understand like that's not clickable, so they have to copy and paste it into the browser, whatever browser they're using. So, um, so hopefully that makes sense. So you're welcome. Okay, Chromie Homie, you're up. So I know we're mostly talking about affiliate marketing, but all of these side hustles, why did you pick affiliate marketing out of everything? What other side hustles have you tried besides affiliate marketing and YouTube? Okay, so affiliate marketing to me, that's awesome. Affiliate affiliate marketing. I picked affiliate marketing, to be honest, because I feel like you don't a couple of things. You don't need to have your own product, right? You're promoting somebody else's product, meaning another brand or another company's product, which is awesome because you don't have to come up with an idea or a design or a product, or you don't have to get it manufactured. So that's number one. Number one is you can promote somebody else's product and they've already done all the research and design and all that good stuff. So all you're doing is you're trying to get eyeballs, so to speak, on your affiliate links. So that's a big reason why I chose affiliate marketing. Another reason is because really honestly, the barrier to entry for affiliate marketing, meaning it's virtually free. I mean, and I say that because it is free to start affiliate marketing. It's just a matter of how do you want to get the word? How do you spread the word about your link or your product or whatever it is? So, the flip side of affiliate marketing obviously is okay, you have this affiliate link or you have this special link, but I mean, how do you get people to see it, right? So, that's kind of why I picked affiliate marketing because it was really, I want to say it was easy. I mean, the business model in a sense is easy because you don't need a lot of money or you don't need any money to start unless you were going to run paid ads. Um, and I just enjoy it. I like it. I think it's fun because you can do affiliate marketing on Facebook. You can do it on Nextdoor. You can do it on LinkedIn. You know, maybe not necessarily Instagram. Well, I guess you could, but I just think that the potential for success with affiliate marketing is greater than other online business models. And there's a ton of free information out there um, on affiliate marketing. And, we have a lot of videos on this channel, but you can choose, whoever you like. If you have somebody that you really like, there's a lot of information for free. So you shouldn't, at least at first, I would not recommend spending money on a course or anything like that as far as to get information, because anything that you need to start, you can find information online. And it may not be 100% like the whole picture of information, but at least it's going to get you started. So the second part of the question was, what other side hustles have you tried besides affiliate marketing and YouTube? That's a good question. So one that I really, really enjoy is flipping domains. So what does that mean? If you guys aren't familiar with that, flipping domains is basically where you buy a domain from whatever host provider. So say like, Namecheap or GoDaddy is a big, that's actually where I get a lot of mine from is GoDaddy. You buy a domain for fairly cheap. And then what you do is you can go to either, I like GoDaddy because they have a brother company, I guess, or like a whatever. It's under the same umbrella as GoDaddy, but they have a company called Afternic. It's AFTERNIC, afternic.com. And basically that's their domain selling marketplace. So if you were to buy a domain from GoDaddy, for example, then if you wanted to, you can turn around and let's say you bought the domain for like $2 to $10, give or take, with tax. So you buy it for 1 year, right? You don't buy any of the extra stuff, any of the add-ons, the protection, any of the other crap. You buy it and then you can turn around, you can post it on the marketplace. Sometimes they charge you to post it, but I think Afternic doesn't charge you to post it, I don't think. I think they just take a small cut after you make the sale. So another really, really big and I think really untapped market for selling domains is a website called Brand Bucket. So they if they select your domain, I think it's $1 to submit a domain. So you have to already own the domain in order to submit. So it's brandbucket.com. And if you submit your domain and they like it and they approve it and they want to sell it, I mean, I've seen people like not even joking. I've seen people make anywhere between 1,500 to like 35, $3,700 for one domain. So let's say you buy the domain for 10, 11, $12 and you sell it for even 1,500 and they take a cut, right? I'm not exactly sure how much they take, but they'll take, I mean, you get a good chunk of money. Um, that it's not easy though. It's not easy. And I say that because I spent a lot of time coming up with, ideas for domains that I'll buy. And I probably bought and tried to sell about, maybe 15 to 20 domains on Brand Bucket, and every si- sorry, every single one of the domains that I submitted, they rejected them, all of them. So I'm like, Well, there's 20 bucks down the drain. But you know what? That's okay because it's 20 bucks, right? I mean, and it's really kind of like a gamble, to be honest. Like, they have a whole thing on their website where you can actually choose. You can choose. They help you choose a domain name, not necessarily choose, but they give you the criteria of what they're looking for. So I highly recommend Brand Bucket if you want another side hustle that is virtually like, I mean, it's pennies in a sense to get started. So that's something you can easily do like on the side. And that's another one that's highly recommended. So those are kind of the main ones that I'm doing right now. So domain flipping, affiliate marketing, YouTube, and then really that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now. So yeah, that's an excellent point, Kumo. Some people don't value free because they think it's inadequate, but I'll take free any day. I will too. Seriously. I mean, I'll take free all day long. And the thing is like when you're getting free information, you kind of know going in that maybe not all of it is word for word 100% accurate. And that's fine. I mean, you kind of just use a little bit of common sense and kind of go through and pick out, okay, is there like a consistent theme here that I'm seeing across different videos or different, the different spectrum. So yeah, I will too take free any day of the week. So how are you guys doing out there? I just want to see if anybody has any more questions. Um, I'm gonna take a drink of water here for a sec. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up, hitting the like on this live stream, that'd be awesome. Really trying to kind of, spread it out. These live streams that are a part of like YouTube Shorts, they're calling them. Hit like the feed, hit the live stream, the YouTube Shorts feed. So all the likes and the comments and everything really does help to kind of boost the video so we can get it out to more people. Because I mean, I really enjoy doing these. I'd love to keep doing these and have you guys along. So okay. Humo says, I have a question. If you could go back and start over, what important tips would you give a beginner? I love this question because this was me, seriously. I would say less than 2 years ago. Um, Beginner, like really, really beginner, have no idea where to start. So here's what I would do. So I would say let's just Kumo will excuse me, we'll start with affiliate marketing. And really this kind of applies to everything. So it doesn't matter if you're doing, like trying to build up a social media presence or like a blog or affiliate marketing. So the first thing I would do is you need to figure out what you're going to talk about, right? So it's called a niche, a topic, a category. Those are all interchangeable, all of those. So that's the first thing you kind of need to figure out is when you're getting ready to start online business, you need to figure out, you know, not only how are you going to do it, but what are you going to do? So once you have your topic, so what I like to say and the advice that I give is when you're choosing a topic or a niche, if you think about something that you can just sit there and like talk about like hours and hours and hours on end and you don't get tired of, you can just talk to your family and your friends and whoever will listen. You could talk about cars all day long. Or maybe you really love I don't know, collecting bugs. I'm not sure. So whatever you love to talk about, that's where I would start. So once you have your niche or your topic, then you want to kind of decide, okay, do I want to do a website where I'm blogging, or do I want to go more like an affiliate marketing type sense where I'm promoting other people's products? Um, and I would say right off the bat, it's really important to give yourself baby goals or like baby steps. And don't be too hard on yourself as far as like when you feel like you've set a goal for yourself. Let's just say, for example, your goal is to, okay, it's Monday, so I want to create my social media account. Okay, done. That took maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I think if you create those micro goals for yourself and you keep track, you're able to actually like plan ahead and keep track. I think it's important to find um that's right. That is a great point. Yes, having a vision board definitely helps. So if you guys aren't familiar with those, vision board is basically just like kind of like a pinup board, or like a cork board that you put in a place in your home or your office or wherever you are the majority of your time, and you write little things or your notes. And actually, literally, I'm looking up at mine right now, and you put it somewhere and you write little things that you want to accomplish. So maybe a little goal that you want to accomplish, and you write it down on a note or some sort of paper, and you basically put a pin in it, and that's it. So you can look at it every day. I think that's really important as far as like being able to focus on your goals and really have the intent of wanting to succeed. Um, Another thing I think is really important is you gotta there's a certain mindset that you have to go into it with. And one of the things for me that discouraged me a lot was just this idea of failing. And it's it sucks, it's hard, it's painful, it hurts, it's disheartening. Failing is not fun, obviously, for anybody, except for the fact that that's how you learn, right? That's how you go through these experiences and you learn. So um, it's difficult to change your mindset to think that failure is is not a bad thing. It's just you kind of learning a new skill or learning something, overcoming an obstacle basically is failing and then learning something, and then eventually you're going to get past that roadblock. And I think as a beginner, a lot of it is mindset. That's a lot of the thing in the beginning. Mindset is something that you can't take for granted and you shouldn't take lightly. I think going into it, mindset is extremely important. So, um, QMO, does that kind of help give a little bit of insight? I know that wasn't super specific, but I think it's more about mindset, and kind of once you find your topic or your niche, then you kind of have to decide next. You have to say, okay, what are you actually going to do? What avenue are you going to do? Perfect, thank you. Buggy, that is awesome. Collecting isopods. They're technically not bugs. Though if you guys haven't heard of those, these are some of the coolest things that I've seen around on the internet. Like they almost look like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like roly polies that, like, when you're kids or whatever, excuse me, that are in like gardens and stuff in the dirt. Isopods they basically look like those things, and they just kind of roam around and they do their thing, and there's tons of different like species and different like kind of sub I don't want to say genre, that's not the right word, but like subspecies of isopods, different colors, different ways that they look. They're really cool. So if you're like a bug person, or like, if you're into that kind of stuff, check it out. Those are super cool. So Buggy, yes, there you go. Feel free, drop a link. You can drop a link, Buggy. That's cool. If you want to drop a link, go for it. If you have something, if anybody's interested. Nice. There you go. That's awesome. Yeah, it's super cool. So that's very cool. Um, Let me get some water here because I'm getting dry. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions? Beyond my ballywick. Okay. In my experience, I find myself getting discouraged and comparing myself to more successful people. How do you cope with that? Me and you both. Every single day, no joke. So I heard this recently from a loved one, and I really want to share this with you. So when you're in those really really tough times and you're getting discouraged, and you're comparing yourself to every other person that's successful, and you think you're doing something wrong because you're not successful. You haven't hit that 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 stride. You haven't hit that, the doors haven't opened for you. Remember that comparison is the thief of joy, right? So and believe me, I know that's easier said than done. Comparison is the thief of joy. So that means my take on that is, um basically, like, we should be celebrating, right? We should be celebrating all of our small victories. And there's no reason not to, right? I mean, these little tiny steps that we take and these little things, like for example, let's say your goals is to create your social media account or set up your blog or buy your domain or something to that effect. I mean, that's something that we should be celebrating seriously. As long as you celebrate your wins and you try as hard as you can to just kind of block out the noise, um, you just got to keep telling yourself, hey, remember, everybody is doing their own thing, right? And everybody's running their own race, everybody's doing their own thing, and it's okay, right? Wherever you are in your journey beyond Bally, beyond my Bally, I apologize for saying your name wrong. Wherever you are in your journey, keep going, man. I'm sorry, keep going, keep it up. You're doing great. Just keep making little steps for yourself. And eventually, these small steps is going to keep adding up to something a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. So just keep going. Whatever you do, keep going. And if you need somebody to hold you accountable, I'm here. I'm more than happy. You know, you can comment on any of the videos. You can reach out to me. Um, I have an Instagram. You can DM me. It's wide open. So if you want to hit me up on that and ask questions, or if you know need some sort of motivation or something, if you just want to stop by and say hi, it's all good. So reach out to me. Primarily, I'm on YouTube more like every day, multiple times, like a lot of hours a day. But so if you want to hit me up in just leave a comment in any video. That would be awesome. So I just want to be able to share kind of my experience to let you know you're not alone, and there's millions of other people like you and like me, and we're all in the same boat. And um, I would say it just takes time. It takes time, but it never goes away. I mean, I'm I'm not gonna lie, like it doesn't go away. I constantly compare myself to other people in this financial YouTube space. I'm a small fish, you know, I'm a nobody basically, but I'm gonna come and do, you know, be as authentic and as real as I possibly can and not do the clickbaity stuff, not be the person that you watch and you're like, oh, dude, that was so cringy. You know, that's what I don't want to be. You know, so I want hopefully this, you know, the authenticity comes out as you know, something that's real and true. And so I think being authentic is definitely another you know, trait that you can have, and be true to yourself. And as cliche and as cheesy as that sounds, you know, you got to stick to that. So, oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I do hate that too. Like, you know, when somebody starts like a video or they start like, hey, you know, I made $1 million last year. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's great. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna lie, right? I mean, everybody wants to make more money, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with making more money. We all want to take care of our families and take care of our personal situations, and nobody wants to live paycheck to paycheck. But I think it's all in the presentation, like how you portray, um, you know, maybe your success or the money that you've earned. I think there's a fine line between bragging and boasting and sharing your knowledge and being able to actually like come across through the screen and have somebody be like, hey, you know, I can relate to you. And you're not out of my league in terms of like, this is the success that you've achieved. But I'm like down here, I'm still trying to get started. So that's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you for that. I love the hearts. You tell everybody, hey, you want to subscribe to a nobody, come over here. You know, you can subscribe to this channel. So yeah, yeah, definitely. I love this. I love this interaction. You guys are interacting with each other and also, you know, with me. This is so cool. Like I love doing these. It's so fun. It's so fun being able to do it live because when you film a video, you're like, oh, you know, there's all this editing and you know all this and that and all this other crap. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Tell her thank you very much. It's got to be this little baby ring light over here. It may not be the eyes, you know. So, um, so I was gonna ask you guys, has anybody done as far as like, thank you. Thank you, Best Clue Reviews. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. That's really what I'm trying to do. I mean, I promised myself, that's awesome. Thank you. I promised myself, seriously, like, if I hate watching people that I presume is like being fake or not necessarily cheesy, but just like not real, not authentic. I mean, kind of kind of a jerk kind of thing. I mean, I never liked that, and I didn't, I never ever wanted to be like that. Obviously, that's not who I am, but I wanted to make learning hopefully somewhat fun. And the problem is like on these videos, you can't really sit there and laugh and make jokes and stuff like that when you're trying to show like a tutorial. But I want to do that. And I want to like kind of have more fun, but at the same time, I don't want people not to take me seriously because I'm joking about all kinds of crap, you know. So, but have you guys out there? Has anybody done any blogs or any kind of you know? Has anybody like tried their hand with like affiliate marketing? I know a couple of you have. We kind of talked about a little bit, but um, does anybody have a blog that they're working on? I mean, you can feel free if you want the rest of the members in the community, in the chat here, if you want to post something, feel free to, you know, obviously we got to kind of do our best to kind of, you know, limit the, you know, the stuff YouTube can kind of come down on the spam. But like, if you have a legit blog or a website that, you know, you want to get the word out, feel free to post it. That's cool if you want to share with the other folks here. So yeah, Chromie homie. That's I kind of just thought about it on the spot, and to be honest, like I think it's important. I mean, there's obviously there's a level of like trust. You know, I mean, you have a bunch of people in a chat, like hundreds of people, and people can be posting all kinds of stuff, you know, in there. But I think you know you guys can definitely weed out what is spam and what's not, and people just take advantage of posting anything. So here's like the big disclaimer: is like just be mindful of what you're clicking on. Um, don't trust everything is what it is, but obviously in here I don't think we have a problem, you know, at least right now. So um, I think it's cool. I mean, it's important to share and it's important to be able to bounce things off each other, especially when you're looking for some sort of motivation or some sort of, you know, you need some drive or some extra kind of, you know, motivation or spark to kind of get yourself going. So, okay. So beyond my Ballywick. Okay. So the question is it hard to start a YouTube channel? How do you get over the self-conscious aspect of it? I would like to ramp up my affiliate marketing and social, sorry, my chat's weird, and socials, but I cringe at my own crap. So, to be completely honest, the actual like physical, I guess, kind of act of starting a YouTube channel, the physical like steps that you would take is really easy. So all you really need is a Gmail account. And then what you can do is you can go to youtube.com and then once you're signed into your Gmail account, then you can actually click on your little icon like in the top right corner and then you can literally hit start channel. I think it's like start channel or create channel, something of that effect. It's really, really simple to actually create the channel. But so the next question is, how did you get over the self-conscious aspect of it? So that's a great question. I'm still actually I still struggle with that every single day. Every time I make a video, every time I turn on the live, um, you really have to get to this space where, and it's a lot easier said than done, but you have to get to a space where you have to block out the judgment and what people are going to say and think and because there's you got to remember like we all know right there's going to be people that all they do is they live to complain about everything. They want to hate on somebody who's having any level of success. Um, but you're not doing it for those people, right? You're doing it for yourself, for your family, whatever your personal situation is. That's why you do these online business models, like affiliate marketing or YouTube or, any of these things. You do it for yourself and you do it for your family, your loved ones. So that was kind of my motivation and my drive to kind of force myself. It doesn't mean it's easy, but to force myself through, pushing through the self-conscious like aspect of it. And another thing I will say is practice. And it doesn't matter how cheesy that sounds, the more and more you do it, especially be on camera, it gets a tiny, tiny, tiny bit easier every time you do it. So, um, I mean, you're literally looking into a lens. Like right now, I'm like, oh, there's a camera lens, and who am I really, who am I talking to? But it does get easier, to be honest. It does get easier. You do kind of learn, like with the lights and crap like that, you kind of learn kind of how you handle yourself, and you can tweak it and change it, whatever. But so it's really a learning thing, a practice thing. Um, I would like to ramp up my affiliate marketing with socials, but I cringe at my own crap. I love that because that's a real statement. That's true. And I guarantee you that, 90% of people feel the exact same way, and that there's nothing wrong with that in any way, shape, or form. It is scary as all get up to put yourself out there. And that's kind of the other part of this is like when you want to do like an online business, I mean, just because, you think YouTube and you think the somebody is the face talking to the camera. I mean, there's such a thing as a faceless YouTube channel. It doesn't have to be like an AI generated voice. You can do your own like voiceover, that kind of thing. So, um, yeah, I mean, it just takes time and practice. And I know that's not what I wanted to hear, but unfortunately, that's kind of just the way that it is, or the way that was my experience. The more that I kind of do it, the more I get a little bit more comfortable each and every time I do it. Um, So Best Clue Review says definitely trying to work this whole system, both website, blog, and affiliate marketing via website and social media. I love it. I love that. Continue doing what you're doing because you're crushing it. I mean, seriously, think about it for a sec. Like, regardless of if you're having any kind of monetary success, that doesn't matter. You started, you had a goal in mind, you started, and you actually put it into motion. You took action and you actually started. And you know how many people just sit there and dream in their head and they think, oh, this would be awesome. This would be cool. I wish I could do that. How come I'm not like them or like this? And the truth is, you can't make money if you don't start, right? If you don't start and you're going to fail and you're going to keep going down the road where you have to constantly learn and you have to pivot. But keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up. No matter what you do, don't give up. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to be frustrated and annoyed and angry, but don't give up. So thank you, Kumo. Appreciate it very much. So, do you have the question is, do you have systems in place for efficiency when trying to juggle so many things? So, personally, what I like to do is I try not to think about, tackling too many tasks at once. So what I'll do is, and this is like super basic, but I usually keep a lot of notes in like a notepad document. And as crazy as that is, like there's so many different apps and things that you can use. But I like Notepad only because it's very simple, it's very minimal. But what I'll do is I'll literally write down the words to do on the notepad and I'll write out, a handful of things, whether it be like brainstorming ideas or maybe topics or titles for different things. And what helps me, the method that helps me the best is keeping organized and keeping track of my thoughts. Because if I have a really killer idea, and let's just say, for example, I'm getting a food in the kitchen or water, or you're hitting the bathroom or whatever you're doing, and you have an idea pop in your head, I like to write those things down immediately and keep track of that. So, um, but in order to like juggle so many things, I would say I like to break it down. So if I have everything, even if I have this whole mess of ideas and things and tasks that I have to get done, if I write it down and I can see, okay, dang, I have 20 things that I have to do. What I'll do is I'll try to prioritize. Yep, exactly. Chromie homie, that's a great point. Even 15 minutes a day is better than nothing at all. And anything, at least it moves the needle, even in slow growth. And there couldn't be anything more true than that statement right there. I mean, anything that moves the needle, meaning any baby steps that you take. So this is something that I think is important for everybody, and there's no right or wrong way. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to be organized, to be structured. It's really kind of based on how you want to do it yourself. But I think it's important that, at least have some way to keep yourself organized. Maybe it's pen and paper, or maybe it's electronically, but I think that's a start. That's the start of everything. So when I'm like thinking, I'm like, crap, man, I have like a lot of stuff I got to do, and I don't know where to start and all this. Um, that's what I do. I just kind of like um, jot everything down, whether it makes sense or not. I try to just put it down somewhere on paper, or like in a notepad, and I kind of start from there. So um, yeah, that's really how I do it. But there's definitely no right or wrong way to do it, for sure. So whatever makes you comfortable and makes you happy and allows you to stay focused on by your, in your own mind, I think that's the most important thing. So I think another thing for me is when I started doing this online, business stuff. Um, that's a great question. I'm gonna pause for what I was just saying because I have to answer this question. So this is And Justice for All shirt Metallica album. So I would have to say my favorite album, or sorry, favorite song, I would say probably one or two. So it's either For Whom the Bell Tolls on Ride the Lightning, or One on Injustice for All. And For Whom the Bell Tolls, actually, this is a little quick, I promise, little quick story. Um, this has a sentimental value to me because when I was in eighth grade, um, I played the song with my brother and some other buddies or whatever for our eighth grade talent show, and it was a mess. It was so sloppy and just so it was all over the place. It was horrible, but that song has just stuck with me because that it means so much because of thinking back on when I was a kid playing. Um, but to be honest, like I love all I don't want to be one of those people where it's like, oh, fake fan, you don't like the new stuff. I prefer like the stuff that's I think probably 90s and older, if I'm being honest. So, but what instrument did you play? Yeah, I played the bass guitar. So when we were trying to figure out what song to play, they're like, okay, my brother played guitar. We had a buddy that played drums. Um, yep, dude. I played bass. Best clue reviews. I mean, obviously, um, man, I just seeing Cliff Burton play just anything. I mean, specifically, you know, anesthesia, pulling I mean, just talk about, I mean, an icon, seriously. So sorry for anybody out there that doesn't listen to this band or doesn't like hard rock. I just enjoyed answering these kind of more personal questions. Um, I really want to do I love doing these live streams. I really want to do it I'd like to do it like once a week. Um, that way, if we could just all get together and just hang out and just have a good time and just kind of like little things, something that could start off being a topic about, say, Pinterest, or maybe next door with affiliate marketing or something. It doesn't always have to be about affiliate marketing, but that was just kind of what popped into my head. Best clue reviews. My day job, mortuary, maybe a little morbid, but every time I work a funeral, I always think of that song. Wow, that that's so interesting. If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to reply to this, but how did you kind of get into that? I mean, and you could say I don't want to talk about it. I absolutely respect that, but I'm curious how you got into that. So Chromiomi says, which Which one was the video where the guy on the gurney couldn't talk? Yeah, that was one. And that was a black and white video. I love that video. Just Lars behind the double bass. Love it. Dang, you know what? I never watched 6 Feet Under. Heard great things about that show. Um, but I know the creator Alan Ball, one of the shows that we love to watch was True Blood with the vampires. And that was also I think that was created by the same guy that created 6 Feet Under. That's awesome. Does anybody have any ideas just in general for like upcoming live streams as far as what you would want me to cover, or at least kind of cover, like sub cover, like maybe as a subtopic? Let me know in the chat if you guys have any ideas for topics down the line, because I would love to just seriously get your guys' input, and that way I know we could work together as far as what you're interested in, not me just kind of picking stuff out of the air, to talk about. Oh, geez. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Best clue reviews. I mean, good for you for, hope getting your help, getting the help you needed, and getting yourself situated. And I understand when you need a job and you need some way to pay the bills. Um, to be honest, you take what you can get, right? I mean, it doesn't, to a certain extent, doesn't matter what it is. Wow, that's really admirable, though. Yep, definitely. I agree. Ghost is. I've used like a couple other like providers, for like, I've tried Wix, I've tried Squarespace, I've even tried like GoDaddy for like website design. Those typical um there's a million and one different companies out there, but I do really like I do like Ghost also, because I feel like the back end, meaning like, the dashboards and like the kind of the guts of how they set up your site, your website. I think everything is very quick, it's smooth, it's seamless, it's very easy to navigate, in my opinion. Um, there's not really too much, um, kind of like clutter you have to go through. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory for the most part. I mean, you can get into some more advanced stuff, but I think overall, I think it's really user friendly. And it's like $300 a year, I think, for the creator plan. So you can pay like per year, pay per month. But I recommend Ghost too, for sure. I mean, I'm on the same page with you. Okay, Qmo has a question. I have one more question. How long have you been doing YouTube, and do you have personal goals for the channel and affiliate marketing for yourself? So I've been doing YouTube. I started, if you guys happen to look, you can click on the like the about section and see that, excuse me, the channel was created in December of 2020, but I didn't start taking it seriously, meaning I didn't decide that I wanted to start uploading videos and stuff until February of last year. So February of 2023. Um, there's just some personal things in my life that were going on, and I decided that I really needed to kind of do. I wanted to make a decision to better my situation, and for family and loved ones. And so I wanted to give YouTube a try. And I thought, to be honest, this is what I said to myself out loud. I'm like, why not me? I mean, why can't I do it? Why can everybody else do it and not me? So that was really the start of it. I mean, I started with a couple shorts, and then it kind of led into doing long form videos, and now here we are doing live streams, which is awesome. So personal goals for YouTube, for the channel. I definitely want to, I, and it sounds just cheesy as it is, but I really do genuinely, I do enjoy helping people, and I want to share. I like sharing like the experiences and the success that I've had because people have done that for me. In a sense, my whole thing is to pay it forward to somebody else, and granted, even if you pick up like little tiny nuggets of help here and there, I think it's still, the intent is to help somebody and basically being a good human being, and try to pay it forward, and to try to help somebody else out, and you know, not be a jerk about it, basically. Just try to help somebody, and if you can kind of steer somebody in the right direction as far as like where to start, like with making money online, there's no greater feeling than learning a skill or learning a new topic or something, and being able to even seeing like a couple of cents or a couple of dollars from the fruit of your labor, kind of, so to speak. There's no greater feeling than actually seeing that you're actually making money online, and you're not, in addition to whatever you're doing, like a job or that kind of thing, whatever your current financial job situation is, or that kind of thing. So, and for affiliate marketing, I definitely want to keep learning. There's so much to learn when it comes to affiliate marketing, even more so than like just as simple as like organic traffic, which is like free traffic, or paid traffic, paid ads. I just want to keep learning and growing my skills. And with that, I intend to take everybody along with me as far as learning and sharing what I've learned, sharing what works, what doesn't work, at least for me, because I know it's not the same. Um, it's not the same. Nobody has the exact same experience, but I feel like if you're able to present to somebody like, hey, this is what I did. Yeah, it didn't work for me, but that doesn't mean it can't work for you. Just to give like extra motivation and a little inspiration, I think we definitely can use more positivity and stuff in the world. So in general, so my little slice of YouTube, I really enjoy helping people. So that's kind of my overall goal for the channel and for affiliate marketing. And if I happen to like make a couple bucks like along the way, that's cool too, but um, it's all good. So you're welcome, Kumo. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Sometimes my brain feels like it'll explode from all the mental. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. I feel you. Absolutely feel you. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like seriously, I mean, I don't know. Some days I wake up and I'm like, do I really want to keep doing this? Like grinding and grinding and grinding, and what is it all for? I mean, I gotta remind myself like every single day, like it's so easy to give up, right? It would be so easy just to give up and say, screw it, just all right, I'm done. But I mean, when you think about it that way, you're like, well, I what am I doing this for, right? You have to have your own solid, like they call it like a why. Like, why are you doing this? Why do you want to do online business? Why do you want to make money? I mean, what is it for? Who is it for? So I think that kind of helps me get through um, the tough days, and the days where I'm not feeling it. I'm not having the success. I'm like demotivated. I'm like, you just don't want to do it. So just remember when you guys are going through these days, because you're going to have bad days, right? Everybody has bad days. You're going to go through these bad days, and just try to remember as best you can. Um, just keep going. Don't give up, because eventually, right, like everybody else is successful that, you look up to personally, or, professionally, they all failed, right? So, yep. Yep, I hear you. That rage cred, man, that's legit, right? That's serious. And you gotta fight that. That's something you gotta fight every single day. And that's okay, because we're all there. I'm there. Seriously, like, I feel like that all the time. And once you have a little bit of taste of success, and it doesn't matter if it's a couple bucks or whatever in terms of making money, like it's enough to kind of get you motivated again to like keep moving on, and be like, you know what, this works, and that's awesome. And even if it's on a small scale, who cares, right? I mean, if you're doing Amazon affiliate marketing and you made 75 cents, who cares? That's 75 more cents than you had yesterday or whatever it is, you know? So don't forget to celebrate those small victories. Yeah, seriously. I love you guys encouraging each other. That's awesome. That's so cool. I mean, seeing that alone is what drives me to keep doing, like making videos and doing live streams and stuff. So, I mean, if you guys, I'm not salesy and I hate that, but I'll do it one time. So if you guys know anybody that might benefit from, you know, the channel and the content and stuff, you know, making money online with a full-time job, that kind of thing, I would love it if you guys would share the channel and just, you know, maybe introduce them, and you know, that'd be awesome. So, all right, that's it. I'm done with that. You know, I hate that salesy crap. So, that's my one pitch right there. So, um, just wanted to check, man. What are we at? It says 80 minutes and like 81 minutes. So, I wanted to check in. I really appreciate each and every one of you for being here and hanging out with us, with me. Does anybody? I want to make sure nobody has any last minute questions, because I'm still here. I'm all in. If you want me to answer something, I'm here. So I'm just gonna shut up for a minute and get some water. Yep. Yep. Exactly. That's so true, right? I mean, not living paycheck to paycheck, seriously, and not worrying about like, holy crap, if I have this whatever, you know, tooth problem or whatever, you know, and I can't pay for the dental bill or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. I feel you 100%. Seriously. You just don't want to have that stress and anxiety about paying bills. So don't worry, we're gonna get there. We're all gonna get there. So you just can't give up. You got to keep pushing forward. So, okay, I'm just going through the chat, making sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't want to miss anybody here. So the next live stream, I don't have it planned necessarily, but if you guys are subscribed to the channel, just make sure that you have that notification bell like turned on, so it'll like alert you when I go live. Also, kind of keep your ears on that community tab. It should do like an update when I post something, just to say we're gonna go live, or you know, we got a new video coming out or whatever. So I definitely love to have you all along, and thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you joining and hanging out with me. And seriously, if you can't make the next one, feel free to check out the replay. That obviously helps me too, and helps support me. So that's the greatest thing. But thank you guys again, everybody who joined and is hanging out. And we did it good today. What was it? 83 minutes. That's awesome. So all right, I'm gonna do one more ask for questions, and then we can get ready to close out the live stream if nobody has any other questions. So that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Kumo. Really appreciate that. I would love to have her here. Awesome. Excellent. All right, everyone. Thank you guys again. I don't want to babble. I'm going to babble and ramble on like, you know, for a long time. So thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. And good night, everybody. We will catch you in the next one. All right. Good night, everybody.